YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. How you doing? It's Monday. It's after the weekend. It's the end of July. July 31st. I just fed the seagulls. They haven't discovered what I threw out there just yet, but you'll hear it. I had a little bit of extra sandwich. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you, Tim. Wow. I jump on and I get an instant donation. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your day went. You might have caught that I caught the sunrise this morning. I got up and I decided, I might as well go, and since it was right there. So I hope you caught that. Hi, Zena, Joanne, and everybody. Let's think about what we want to ask. I'm really just I'm so tired of Trump. I'm just so tired of Trump. Can I get a witness? Is anybody else just so tired of Trump? When is he gonna go away? Oh my goodness, right, Thomas? You like the sunrise? Yeah, so if you want to get a little reprise, I thought I was almost going to come to you from outside, but I've decided that would be too hard to read the chat when I'm outside. So the outside vids will be pre-recorded and uploaded on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what I'm aiming for. So anyway, I'm so tired of listening, hearing. I'm so tired of waking up in the morning, and that's the first thing you see when you turn on the news. It's like Trump, 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 and I think that people are getting tired of him. I mean, of course we're getting tired of him. You're waiting to enjoy the supermoon. I'm probably gonna go out and film that. So, yes, we have to overcome the hate with light and love. I feel like even Trump's some of his most fervent supporters are bored with it now. Yeah, Tuberville continues to block military promotion. So we're going to do some deep dives into what's going on. First off, I'm kind of curious to know, with all these cases against Trump, all these charges, oh, they found the sandwich. With all these charges against Trump, what I want to ask is this. By next year, at this time, where are we going to be with all this? Just honestly, acting like Trump is the best they can do, the GOP, it's like, really? The best you can do is a felon? Is it just me? The best they can do is a felon? Apparently. What do you think of that, Betty? What do you think of that? Anyway, do they really think that the American people that are not in the cult are going to want to vote for Trump? What? It is a bananas time. I'm telling you what, it is crazy. I know. I was tired of Trump since he announced he was first running. I know. We were just mortified. On a positive note, the weather cooled down. There's a nice breeze coming in. I have the fan on. Next year at this time, we'll say July. By the way, it's Lammas tomorrow. Lammas is a pagan Sabbath, which is a Wiccan holiday, holy day, sort of. And I like to educate people. So it's when we acknowledge that the first harvest, the seeds that we planted in the spring, this is the early harvest, like July 31st and August 1st, right around then. So it's a minor pagan holiday. But on this Lammas, what you want to do is eat bread. Get some bread. Get some good bread. Remember the days of Gary Hart. When the simplest things things that would pale in comparison to Trump. You know, remember the days when they got mad at Obama for wearing a tan suit. A tan suit. So anyway, we'll take a look after I put my hair back because it is warm. All right. Next year at this time, will we still be talking about Trump as a candidate for president? Remember the tan suit, Damon? They couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything to just pin on Obama, so they tacked his tan suit. What? I didn't really ever get what was wrong with him wearing a tan suit, by the way. I mean, really, Warren, right? I never really got why it was taboo to wear a tan suit. Anyway, maybe it's a guy thing, because I know Hillary wore tan pantsuits. Okay. Okay, so I need to put my glasses on so I can see what you're saying. I'm kind of catching it. Yeah, so Lammas, Lammas. It's the pagan Sabbath to celebrate the very first harvest. Okay. Not even Michelle Obama has forgiven him for wearing a tan suit. That's funny. Do you guys know what's wrong with the tan suit? I just made a new seagull friend. I had a little, leftover tuna sandwich. They'll probably never go away. Next year at this time, will we still be talking about Obama? I'm sorry, I'm all confused now. Next year at this time, will we still be talking about Trump being on the campaign trail? I gotta know on that. The birds on the ledge? No, that's Betty Bunny. You can't see the birds. Oh, he's definitely... I don't think you can see him. Oh, yeah. Do you want to see him? Oh, hang on. Can you see the seagull? He walked away. You'll see enough seagulls, because I'll be doing outside vids. Okay. I gotta know on that. Mitch McConnell wears a tan suit. Okay. Will we still be talking about Trump on the campaign trail next July 31st? No. I gotta know. Please hit the thumbs up on that one if you haven't already. I am like the talk of the neighborhood right now for the seagulls. Tuna sandwich, tuna sandwich, tuna sandwich. Okay, let's see. This new Carlos De Oliveira. The first sense I got about Carlos De Oliveira, however you say his last name. Sounds like a Latino name. Let's see. Did he flip? Did he flip on Trump? You said prayers when you drove by Sandy Hook and Newtown. Good. Good, you're good. Okay. Especially pray for those families of the children slaughtered at Sandy Hook. Yes, Trump can run. Anybody can run for president from prison. Amanda was asking. Did Oliveira, De Oliveira, did he flip on Trump? Did he flip on Trump? He did! You have an off-the-wall question? Kathy, I've heard it all. I swear. Believe me. I've heard things that could make your hair curl. And do you see the government faking? Alright, time for glasses. Cheryl's saying aloe vera. I'm totally lost. Do I see the government taking 45 presidential portrait down from the rotunda? I didn't know that that Trump had a presidential portrait in the rotunda. Does he? Because the Obamas didn't have their portraits until last year, right? Around this time. Alrighty. Well, I can ask this. Will there be a portrait of Trump to be placed in? No, he doesn't. No, so Kathy, that's kind of an off-the-wall question. You want to be more specific? Maybe a portrait in an orange jumpsuit. I like that idea. Will there be a portrait of Donald J. Trump in the Capitol Rotunda? I'm getting a no on that. Oh, you call him aloe vera? Oliveira? The De Oliveira? You're confusing me. We're going to look at the people that have flipped on Trump, because I think Mark Meadows has. I think Ivanka has. I think a portrait behind bars, Jim. I think Ivanka has flipped on her father. Jared, not so much. I feel like it's too risky for Jared to flip on Trump for some reason. Oh, I do get that. I'm just thinking about people that may have flipped on Trump. Let me make sure that I have you all here. Okay. This is about, in general, people that have flipped on Trump and what the... Yeah, I don't see a portrait in the rotunda of Trump. I don't see that happening. It takes a few years afterwards. It takes several years afterwards. Think about it. The Obamas didn't get their portrait in the rotunda of the Capitol, their portraits, until, like, Joe Biden. Like, it was last summer. It takes a while. Excuse me. So the question that I just asked was the general energy of all the people that have flipped on Trump. Excuse me. And I get, this is clear as can be. Justice, they were fools, and so they flipped, and this is the card of an agreement. Yeah, they all are flipping like dominoes, because he's not loyal to them. He demands loyalty, but he's not loyal to them in the true style of a true cult. So yes, justice has gotten Trump's witnesses to flip on him. Justice, because it's like, hey man, you can go to prison for the rest of your life practically, or you can just tell us what happened. What would you do? Honestly. Okay, so I think that's very clear. Oh, Trump blocked having Obama portrait put up? Oh, I didn't realize that. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Oh, it doesn't surprise me in the least little bit. Gloria's excited. These are the people that have flipped on Trump. They made the agreement. Justice is coming, and they know they were fools. They were fools, but they had to fess up, because they would have been foolish not to fess up, because they were facing, the people that have flipped on Trump were facing significant jail time, prison time. You were misinformed on the location of the presidential portraits. I am not going to hold that against you. Because I don't know really where they're kept. I got to visit the Capitol one of these days. All right. Because the weather has cooled down here significantly. So happy. And I won't rub it in, I promise. But I will do the outdoor videos so you can feel the coolness. I'm wondering how you guys are doing in the heat. Trump put all the Dems pictures away while he was in office. We do not want him back in office. Still very hot where Betty is. What do you think, Damon? I'm just straightening my cards. Okay. What we need to ask about next. I don't know why my mind has been on Matt Gaetz so much. I just... Oh, by the way, I did see... It's probably Midas Touch, because I watch Midas Touch so much. I saw Matt Gaetz' wife. Oh my gosh, she looks just like him. Have you seen her? 85 in DC with low humidity. 85 still high. 89 still light out. There's going to be a beautiful full moon tonight. I will do my best. I'll promise you this. I will go out and see if I can do a little video of the full moon. Ginger Barbie Gates. He has a wife. Yes. I know. I know. It's hard. Puke emoji. Anyway, sorry. All right. I'm going to read on global climate change and to see if we're going to do anything. I have been very, 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 very concerned about global climate change. I do my best to not think about it too much because I don't want to worry. 3 cards about global climate change. Will we see any major initiatives taken by the end of the year? And you're always retracting your messages. Are you a Gemini? Libra? Just kidding. Barbie going to hit 1 billion globally soon. Haven't seen it. Waiting for the movie All the President's Stooges, James says. Global climate change. We will wish that it had gotten addressed. 78 in Western Maryland. Yeah, that's kind of, here it's kind of those temps. It's so pleasant. There's an article out that Ivanka, and Jared are getting more involved in his election. I'm reading on global climate change right now. I did not listen to Biden's speech about the heat, and I wish it was more public. I'm really done with the marathon hours on Trump, analyzing it every which way. The 8 of Cups, this is about global climate change. We will be sorry. What are you talking about, Damon? No AC today. Wow! You know what? I hope I inspired you. First time I've done no AC in my office, but I don't see people in person anymore. That's a big part of it. Okay. Global climate change. If we had done more sooner, we wouldn't be facing what we're facing in terms of global climate change. Hi, Deb. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the new people too, and of course my old friends. I don't mean chronological age. Glad that you're here. The younger generation, when they start, voting and getting in office and being the predominant feature in our government, action will be taken. But as far as global climate change, we will be very sorry. Not that we can control the fossil fuel industries, right? But people in our government could control their GD greed. It's rough. But the younger generation will take matters into their hands to salvage what they can of the planet. I have a song about this issue of global climate change. I'm going to record it really soon, maybe just roughly in my music room. But yeah. This is exactly, it's bad. What I'm so freaked out about is the ocean going up to past 100 degrees. Carrie's an old friend? Okay. Presidential portraits are in the National Portrait Gallery. Good to know. The younger generation is the generation that's going to take action. It's not the generation that is now. Isn't that boiling? 100 degrees ocean temperature is the temperature of a hot tub. And Terry says there's a volcano erupting in Iceland right now. It's the one that usually erupts. Do I see more participants in the world governments really wanting to change the course of climate change? Kathy, let's talk. When your country's being devastated, you want to do something about it, right? Still in denial here in coal country. This is, as far as global climate change, this is saying we will suffer. We will be suffering. And this climate, the Gulf Stream and the currents that come up, you know, that are in the North Atlantic, if, I can't say if, when they're all screwed up, like, I mean, if you ask me if the world leaders want to do something about climate change, I don't know how to answer that, because do you want to watch your entire surroundings be destroyed? Because that's what's going to happen. It's not like they have their own, you know, like, Planet B. It could literally make us starve. Yep. I don't mean to alarm you, but, you know, we're here for the facts. And these are the scientific facts. And one of the more recent articles that I read was saying that the scientists are very perplexed because they don't know what is going to happen. Thank you, Sharon, so much for being my PR person. We've had lots of food in Maine destroying roads. Lots of food in Maine destroying roads and beaches? I think you mean flood. Come on, people, work with me. You watched a video on 15 cities that will be underwater by 2030. They will be underwater. And where I live, I don't know if you guys remember that I've said that many years ago I was having dreams, and I don't dream much. I'm not someone who wakes up and goes, wow, I had the coolest dream. It doesn't happen very often. But probably because I don't sleep that much. But I don't require a lot of sleep. But anyway, I used to have dreams that where I live, there's an area called the Boulevard where the Gortons, you know, the famous Gortons fisherman statue, Fisherman at the Wheel is. I used to, this is like decades ago, I would have dreams of where I live under the water. 2030 is the WEF, is that the World Environmental Foundation or something? I don't know what that is. World, I don't know what that is. Can you let us know? World Economic Forum. Okay, thank you. It's horrifying, it's scary, it's too late. If the label, your question is whether the next generation is actually able to do more. Well, I don't think you guys are understanding the magnitude of what's going to happen. And I can't expect you to, and I can't expect me to. But it's very bad. So the questions that I'm seeing here sound like, well, they can choose to do something or they can choose not to do something. That's how I'm interpreting the questions. So, Electrostorm is saying, why worry if it's too late? And I've said this before, it will reach a point of there's no choice but to do something drastic, to take drastic measures to rectify the situation, because there is the technology that we need to stop the warming is invented already. You know what I'm saying? Ah, I just dropped the cards. Hang on. This is an overwhelming topic. So, So it's not that we can stop it, but if we put global climate measures in place, green technology in place, that wasn't just one card, that was a whole bunch that I dropped. I'm reading them. We can put a dent in it, but we can't stop it. I'm going to pick 3 more cards on this topic. It's a very important topic. Yeah, you're exactly right. The Native Americans always planned for 7 generations out. For some reason, we live in a time where people just go, well, if it doesn't affect me. I've literally had people in the chat say that family members just say, they just shrug things off and say, it doesn't affect me. It does affect. It affects all of us. It's too late to stop the climate. Yes, exactly, Maria. Thank you for putting it in a nutshell. It's too late to stop the climate warming at this point, but we could slow it down. So we're foolish not to act immediately. Write to Joe Biden and tell him to declare a global climate emergency, and the action needs to be taken now, and keep on writing and keep on writing and keep on writing. We need it now, not later, because we'd be foolish. We've already been foolish. It will be very challenging, but I do see action taken. It's just that a lot of damage has already been done. Let's do this. How long will it take before we enact real, green technology to make a difference? Will it take months? Looks like months. Okay. All right. Looks like months. Cheryl's saying we knew this back in the 80s. No, we knew this back in the 1960s, 50s, and 60s, this research started. There's no excuse for this. Will we see parts of Florida submerged permanently? Yes, we will. We will see parts of Florida permanently underwater. That's really true. That's really strong. We will see parts of Florida permanently under the water. Will it be this year? Not this year. Will that be next year? Next year. It looks like next year there'll be parts of Florida permanently under the water. Will we have parts of New England permanently under the water by next year? Not parts of New England, but definitely parts of Florida. I didn't watch The Inconvenient Truth. I have a hard time watching things that are hard. Because, things that are just scary. All right, let's take a look at Joe Biden and see how he's doing. Let's say it this way. Let's take a look at the Democrats and the Biden administration. The page of rods just flipped over, so we'll say this is about messaging. The Democrats are going to get their messaging together better. Turn for the better. So the Democrats are going to start raking in the dough. Getting better on the messaging, looking at the damage that the GOP has done to itself. There is no more Republican Party. Let's be real. There is no more Republican Party. The Republican Party is gone forever and ever. Are people going to face the reality by next year that the Republican Party is no longer the Republican Party? No. They're still going to be calling it that. Why are they going after Don Trump? Why are they going after Don Trump? Do we have any wrenches in the, What about those who vote Repub? Well, I just checked the pendulum, and it will still be called the Republican Party. But I'm just saying, the truth of the matter is they're not a part, well, put it this way. the Republican Party has the MAGA fascist in it, and the normal, say old-fashioned Republicans, they haven't stepped in, like when Marjorie Trader Green, I mean, it still boggles it just really, I can't even get over it. Held up naked pictures of Hunter when he was on drugs. He did some illicit things, porn stuff, but I don't know how they got access to the photos. But anyway, that's a long story. But that is not that's not a functioning Republican Party. And the same normal Republicans that have been there forever say nothing about it. So that's what I mean. There's no more Republican Party. Okay? Do you know what I'm saying? There is no more Republican Party. You got the troll. Thank you. There was somebody up there spewing Bible too, which I don't mind. I have a church, for goodness sake. But I don't seem to attract, people that are really, evangelical and only read that book and not any other books. Thank you to the wonderful wielders of the wrench. We're going to read on... They're off for a month. If you watched my video from the doc last night, I mentioned... Hot Pocket is an interesting name for a handle. Anyway, I mentioned that the MAGAs are going away for a month because they have recess for an entire month of August. I'm telling you, it's a pretty good gig. But they have recess for the month of August. And I just see them on the phone making up dark fairy tale stories about the Democrats. The whole month. You can't be a Christian and love Trump. I absolutely agree with that. It's a cover. And Republicans want to shut down the government. I talked about that last night. If you want to see the videos that I'm pre-recording and uploading, they're under videos and not the lives. Damon says I'm crazy. Oh yeah, weird and proud. All right. So let's see what they're going to come back with in September. The video was so beautiful of the sunrise, I couldn't resist. I'm telling you, I was up at 5:15 and I just knew I was up. So I went, sun's going to rise in about 20 minutes. If I just scoot down the street there, I can catch it on video. So beautiful. Such a great way to start the day if you're an early riser. Late to bed and early to rise. Your favorite video was with me in the forest. Mine too. Mine too. The forest was speaking. That was almost a full week ago. That was last Tuesday. So check that out too. What the MAGAs are going to come back with after the August recess. They're going to come back to kind of shaking in their boots because there's a lot that's going to go on with, Jack Smith is not taking a vacation, right? They're going to go and try to shut down the government. They're going to be kind of trapped. They're going to be on the defensive, and because the evidence about January 6th is going to start producing subpoenas. Hello, Glenn. We love the sunrise over the sea. I'm going to try to get the moonrise tonight. Probably go down to the beach for that. I'm gonna do my best, okay? The place that I was last night, after I left the dock, I turned around and there was a full moon. Target letters in August. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. Let's ask about that. That's a good question. Because what I'm asking about right now, just I have to recap so you guys don't get lost, because I know. That's why I'm doing the videos that I'm uploading too, so we don't have all this scatteredness. Not that I mind. Frozen. Say it ain't so. I'm not getting the reconnect I'm not getting to reconnect, so it might be your computer, it might be your Wi-Fi. Okay. So I'm asking about what the Republicans, the MAGAs, the fascists are going to be up to during this August recess, because I get that they're talking all the time and they're making up these like dark fairy tales that they're going to come back with. Okay, I'm glad the Wi-Fi is working. Your birthday is Lionsgate. I'm confused about Lionsgate. I don't know what, it's August 8th maybe? Okay. So, interestingly enough, the DOJ is not taking the month of August off. They can't, they don't, they're not, they better not, right? They're not going to do that. When the MAGAs come back, the ones that are illegitimately in our government, from my perspective, the Six of Swords, there will be subpoenas. There'll be a lot of evidence against them. I actually feel like we're going to kind of be building some momentum in August, even though they're in recess. Justice momentum. Are they going to start to see target letters? Whoa, you heard it here. Thank you, Terry. It looks like I'm not frozen. People's Wi-Fi is wonky. Believe me, I understand that. Damon, why are you crying that you have Leos in your family? A Leo is a fine sign. A fine sign. Leo is a fixed sign. And it's a fire sign. So, and I think that Trump has got a lot of Leo in his chart, even though he's a Gemini. Yeah, I think he has Leo rising. There are lots of storms out there. This is about target letters coming for the MAGA insurrectionists that are in our government. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, duh. Of course there's going to be a lot going on in August because Fanni, Willis, the indictments are coming. We need to read on that. You're also Leo Moon. I have Mars and Leo in the 10th house in my North Node. Woo woo! Let's read about Georgia. This deck that I'm using is a Hanson Roberts deck. Through the 90s, I used this deck. This is like, I love this deck. I love all my decks. I can't think of a tarot deck that I don't love. The Rider-Waite, because I've read that so often, is not like my favorite. I like cards that are a little different. But if you're learning how to read tarot, and I will be teaching it again, the Rider-Waite. Okay, Georgia. Fanni Willis. Let's go for the pendulum. I'm going to switch pendulums. Let's switch to this one. Just because I have so many. Jack has a plan to indict Congress people while they're out. Tish, did you... That's what I just read. Did you hear that somewhere, or are you just a reader too? Cheryl always wants the gold cards. Well, I don't want to go find them. We'll see. We'll see. Depends on how late we stay. Yeah, Sheila Inquisitive Tarot. Yeah, simple cards are the easiest kind to start learning how to read. All right. All right. Is it true that the DOJ is going to start issuing subpoenas the month of August and or target letters? Yes. 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 Okay. Joan is telling Terry it's July 31st, 2023. Yes, we know that. Halloween is right around the corner. Yes. Can't wait for that. That way the conspirators can't hide in the Capitol. I'm going to ask how many... Yeah, the Aquarian Tower cards are beautiful too. How many will be receiving target letters? I don't want to go on down the list. There are so many. Is Jim Jordan going to get a target letter? Yes. That's a big yes. That's a big ass yes. Excuse my French. I get excited. Um, Jim Comer? Is James Comer? Interesting. I was kind of going for the people that were in the insurrection. Josh Hawley? I mean, Jim Comer doesn't come to mind. Josh Hawley will get a target letter. Is this too good to be true? Josh Hawley, I got a yes. So the month of August, like, I'm all worried. Not really, but I'm just for conversational reasons, I want to say I was like worried and concerned that the month of August, because I saw the MAGA, insurrectionists in our government conspiring over the month of August about what they're going to do to attack Biden and, like to try to get him prosecuted and all that and impeach him and all that. So I know that they're planning to conspire and to plan to raise more, holy hell. But what I forgot was they could be indicted, and I'm getting yes. All right. Paul Gosar, yes. We are stubborn bulls. Are you a Taurus? Mo Brooks. Oh yeah. Mo Brooks is kind of doing the hamana. Marjorie Trader Green. I don't even really have to ask the pendulum. That's so strong. Marjorie Trader Green, so strong. They're all gonna get these. Well, I'm kind of going indictments, target letters. It's literally, how sad is this? It's too many for me to go through all of them. Oh my goodness, what crazy times we live in. Lauren Boebert, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's just do it this way. Are they mostly target letters? They're mostly target letters. Well, we can ask about Pinocchio. I was just asking about the ones that the Republicans are like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Interesting perspective. They will be freaking out, James says. Rose Blue says, simple question, the MAGA. I don't know what, that question is too simple. Stuff is going to hit after the full moon. Get ready. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. Last night, my final cards last night were really dire. And I got that was about Trump. And I did see Trump is saying heinous things. They just get worse and worse and worse. But I did see he had some kind of rally in Pennsylvania. Giuliani, yes. He already got a target letter, I think. Trump had his rally in Pennsylvania and it was like kind of empty. Do I charge my cards? I charge for a reading. These cards are so charged just because I've used them so much. Yes, let's do our full moon wishes for indictments now. Maybe I should take you all down to the dock and maybe I'll do a ritual. That's not a bad idea. Who colluded with the pipe bomber? I answered that a long time ago. It was a ridiculous Trump rally over the weekend. Aren't they all? Long time ago. The pipe bomber was somebody affiliated with one of the, like a Proud Boys or Oath Keepers group, but I got that it was a female. But there was a male involved too. And it wasn't Boebert. She was busy. Her mom was busy at the insurrection. Yeah, Trump has zero policy, just revenge. And he says it right out loud. And I got that they would find the pipe bomber eventually. This was months and months and months ago that I read on that. That they'd find who it was eventually. But actually they have really kind of bigger fish to fry right now. but I feel like there were people that knew about the pipe bomber. Yeah, totally. 106 in North Texas. Whoa. Yeah, Kathy, at the start, I was talking about somebody from Mar-a-Lago that, yeah, I talked about that already. Some De Oliveira, who lied to the prosecutors initially. Stay safe. Stay safe if you're in the heat. Alrighty, let's go to Georgia now, shall we? We have a show tomorrow, Spirit Talk Podcast. Please check it out. That will be under the videos too, because we record it first. Wait, last time we recorded it first and uploaded it because we were having Wi-Fi issues. Should be under the live tomorrow. They act like January 6th was just a dust-up and people died and it was an attack on our capital. Crazy. Oh, no problem, Kathy. I'm just saying that I got that guy flipped. Is Trump going to be indicted this week? I'm getting a yes on that. And I keep thinking it's going to be tomorrow. But the DOJ is keeping everybody in the dark about it. Will the indictment happen tomorrow? Well, there you go. I'm getting tomorrow. Twitter's saying tomorrow. How does Twitter know? Yeah, that's what I had on my mind. I think it's coming from Georgia. Yeah, okay. Is the indictment coming from Georgia? Yeah. Fanni Willis is ready. She is ready. I just get this image of her with, like feet on fire, kind of, in the sense like jets on her feet, kind of. I don't know what that image means, but the full moon is affecting Trump. In what way do you think? Exciting astrology in August. Yeah, Spirit Talk Podcast tomorrow. It's going to be live streaming. Provided the Wi-Fi works, we will be live at 3 Eastern Time. It's an hour-long show. Party time! It's always party time. It's always party time. We're going to read about Georgia. Georgia. All right, here we go. Fanni says she's ready. Yeah, it's funny. I get this image of Fanni Willis with, like jets on her shoes. I don't know why. Yeah, she's fired up. Big burden for Trump. Usually I get the Ten of Swords. This is big burden for Trump. This is more about all the players he's trying to get on his side and how it's not really producing anything but more burden because people are saying no to Trump. Nobody wants to help Trump. Even Ray Charles can see they're guilty. That's a new one. I never heard that one before. Fanni Willis. Okay, the Lover card. This is not literal. This is like the partnership of the prosecutors and the DOJ, including Fanni. This is Trump. Trump is trying to call in favors and call in favors and call in favors, and he's coming up with nada. Not nada. He's coming up with nothing. And he's trying. And it's funny, so often when I read on Trump for the longest time now, I always see him on the phone calling in favors. Looks like tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow. Georgia. Oh, that's why you said Ray Charles. While I'm thinking of it, let me take a commercial break. I have an incomplete whiteboard somewhere, so let me just tell you. As you know, the way advertising works is I have to keep repeating myself, so let's go. To book a reading, go to psychicannetteDion.com. This is my midway break. Commercial break. Poor Donald, we should donate to his PAC so he can use it for his lawyers. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. If you have questions, the guides will answer your questions, and you don't even have to ask them out loud. So book a reading. I'm also doing tea leaf readings if you want. That's a little bit shorter. I'll do a tea leaf reading for you. So PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Grassroots of Democracy meets. Well, tomorrow night we have our 20 on Tuesdays guided meditation for a healed America. We do that every single Tuesday, a 20-minute guided meditation, followed up by a review of the readings from yesterday's Church of Spirituality. So that's 20 on Tuesdays tomorrow. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to sign up for that. And we have meetings on Thursday nights, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. And during those meetings, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. During the meetings on Thursday night, we talk about everything that's going on, and we talk about tasks that we will do. We do taskmaster. We're taskmasters on Saturday. We meet 3 times a week for Grassroots of Democracy. I'm also going to start up a new spiritual school, 7-week course, 7 Saturdays in a row. We're calling it Spiritual Boot Camp right now for the summer. But look for that on my website. And Church of Spirituality it was amazing yesterday. If you're not watching Church of Spirituality, you are missing out on some inspiration and upliftment. So, I mean, there's music, there's chants that you can bring into your week, and you can chant and pray for America, pray for the world, and listen to a really uplifting sermon. No dogma, just spiritual stuff. Thank you for your contributions. And there's probably more, but I always forget. There is more. If you want to become a member, we have 3 levels. Check in the description. And if you want to donate, you can check in the description, or do it with the little heart with the dollar signs. Okay. Thank you for listening to my ad. Please book a reading. I love doing readings, and I have plenty of time. Tuesdays and Thursdays I will do videos that I upload from outdoors whenever the weather's permitting. What else do I have to ask about? Let's see. Oh, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Much appreciate. I really want my channel to grow. So I'm going to keep visualizing that. Okay. What do we need to read on next? Time for bottles. The seagulls are quiet. I thought they'd be causing a ruckus. I'm going to read on how Trump is doing. I can't help myself. I'm going to read on how he's doing. AI? Everyone's... Okay, we'll do AI. All of a sudden, AI? Alright, first we'll read on how Trump is doing. What do you want? Can you ask me a specific question about AI? Because, I could go on a big rant about AI. I am really opposed to AI. What's wrong with human intelligence? I mean, clearly there are people in our government that don't know how to use their brains. Do we really need... Well, maybe they need artificial intelligence. Right. First, thank you, Maria, for the testimonial. How Trump's doing? I forgot what I was asking. Maybe the seagulls are satiated because I gave them half of my tuna sandwich. They just took the food and left. Warren, what do you think? Will Dianne Feinstein retire? Come on. It doesn't take a psychic. When will Fanni indict? Gloria, pay attention. I just said tomorrow. That's what the pendulum said. How's Trump doing? He's trying to build his case for stealing the next election. That's what he's trying to do. Who still eats fluff for nutter sandwiches? Boy, I haven't had one of those in a long time. You need Wonder Bread for that. Trump, isolated. He's trying to call in favors, but he's not getting them. Warren, have you missed a few shows? Because I've answered those questions already. Mitch McConnell's not coming back in September. Okay, so I have 3 questions in my mind right now. Okay, this is Trump. Trump is isolated. He's trying to call in favors. He's not getting any help. He's trying to build. I told you last time that Trump is talking to Kevin McCarthy about how to steal the 2024 election. I'm not saying he'll even get that far. Even if he is the nominee, which the GOP has lost its mind, I'm telling you what. The 5 of Pentacles. Trump is destitute, out of money, feeling hermitized. Three of Pentacles. He's trying to give something legs. Trump is trying to give something some oomph, but it's not working. Not working. Okay. So what do you want to know about AI? I know Niger it's really awful what's going on in Africa. When will they expose the January 6th, the pipe bomber? When I read on that right after January 6th happened, I didn't feel like, I felt like it was going to be a very long time, but they would find the pipe bomber. You watch Upload on Amazon, totally AI. I don't know what that means. Warren, who will succeed McConnell? You got to throw out some names for me on that one. Maybe Scalise or John Toon. Is his name John? Dianne Feinstein is not running for re-election. Of course she's not. She's 90 years old. You can thank her for hanging in there to get a record number of Democratic judges. Yes. If she left, Mitch won't allow her replacement on judiciary. Before I read on AI, I want to read on that. Because I've been telling you Mitch McConnell is not right since that last fall at the Capitol. And apparently he's been falling a lot. He's very ill. I'm actually going to read on Mitch McConnell first. I'm reading on Mitch McConnell first. His fate. I don't see him coming back. Unless they're going to prop him up. Poles call landlines. The poles, they don't call cell phones. For that matter, I was watching MSNBC a little bit. I pop in and out. And I'm almost done with watching cable news. Because I cannot stand the commercials. And I just wonder, are any of the younger generation actually watching cable news? I don't think so. The commercials aren't geared towards the younger generation. Mitch McConnell. Yeah, this looks like it's challenging, but they do have to make some decisions around Mitch's tenure. I feel that he's not going to be there anymore. The Queen of Pentacles. Is there a female? Is there a female that could take his place? That's odd. Yeah, Thomas, I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying we're just seeing what's going to go on. Right? Fried like an egg. Are you talking about Mitch? I'm actually seeing that it's actually a good thing. Yes, Amy McGrath ran against Mitch McConnell. Is that possible? I see, in my ignorance, and I should know more about how the government works, because I think that I should know how they choose the minority leader when Mitch McConnell can't do the job anymore. He's very sick. Does anyone know how that works? See, now at Grassroots of Democracy, we can look it up. We do our homework. So the question, Mitch McConnell, what is his fate? I just answered that because I said he's not going to come back in September. Is that what the pendulum says? Yes, he's not going to come back in September. The pendulum agrees. They have to replace it with a Republican. I know Amy McGrath ran against him last time. I just don't know how they choose a new minority leader. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And would it be a Democrat? I admit ignorance on that in terms of how it works. Like, do they have a vote? Does Kentucky have a law where the spouse can replace a senator? Let's all find out and talk about it on Wednesday. Let's figure out the answer to that question. You guys have a little bit of homework to do. Did Kentucky pass a bill that the governor can't put in a Democrat? I didn't hear that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Mitch got a state law passed stating the government must appoint a Republican. That's not a democracy. Are the Democrats in America going to come out and vote for democracy? Yes. I just thought I'd ask. The Democratic governor should say screw them and do what he wants like they do. I agree. Anne's given up typing. Maybe just take a typing class. Refresher. AI. Are the Democrats going to grow a pair? Have you seen them in the hearings? Damon? The Democrats are knocking it out of the park, as we say here in Boston. The Democrats, Dan Goldman, Jamie Raskin, Ben Moskowitz, let's see, the Crockett from Texas. The Democrats have been really laying it on those MAGA, whatever you call them, fascists, doing these clown hearings exactly like Russia. We're reading on AI. Okay. Maybe someday I'll do timestamps. Because my videos are so long. But we have so much to cover. And it goes by so fast. AI. We're missing an opportunity to keep our humanness. You're putting Swalwell up there, but okay, because he's one of them too. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure why you were writing that. Yeah, the Democrats are knocking it out of the park. So Damon says we're still not giving them a taste of their own medicine. Well, but Damon, seriously, there's a level that you just can't go to. Like I'm asking about AI, but let's address this first. If it means taking out naked pictures of Marjorie Trader Greene to play like the MAGAs play, they're not going to stoop to that level. So maybe think about how you want the Democrats to be, because they are fighting back. The ones in our government are fighting back. AI. We're missing an opportunity to preserve our humanness. Remember the Matrix? The Matrix was kind of prophetic. I'll ask about the Democrats in a sec. With the advent of AI, there's going to be a segment of the population that digs their heels in and says, nope, not going there, not doing it. I was just reading an article about that today. It's a restaurant and it's a rural area somewhere, and they had a robot because the owner couldn't find enough help, so she bought a robot to serve up food to people, and they hated it and they got really mad. Okay. I'm reading about AI, but I'll go back and read about the Democrats. I see people rallying for realness in the face of AI. I mean, honestly, do we want to be like Elon Musk? I don't think so. I feel like there's going to be, and I had said this a little while ago, a few weeks ago, that I see a renaissance, a resurgence of the arts happening in the near future. Authenticity matters, right? And when I hear an AI like voice, I can discern, thus far I can discern, because it has there's no heart, there's a certain resonance that's missing. I do see a segment of the population just saying no. Like I read this article about the robot in the restaurant. People got angry. They didn't want a robot serving their meal. Oh, well, it was my pleasure to bring you the sunrise over the ocean this morning. My great pleasure. I like to share the good stuff. So Damon's so mad because the Republicans have caused so much damage, that's for sure. But let me tell you something about that. Russia infiltrated the United States government. Right? Do we know that? The Kremlin infiltrated the United States government. And continues to. You have a robot that roams your grocery store? Yeah, there's a grocery store here that a few years ago got a robot, and I was like, as soon as I got a robot, I was done. Decided I'm not going back there at all. Flipped a card. Oh, my lights went off. Why didn't you tell me? Hang on a sec. What was I asking about? We're gonna see a resurgence of human creativity. We are. Humans creating stuff. And I'm gonna do another concert. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna do another concert soon. Hold me to it. President Lincoln's Republican Party expired a long time ago. Yeah, definitely. We talked about that. We do have tea leaves. Cheryl, can you bring it up a few notches? AI is going to destroy human civilization. Is that what you said? Human compassion. All right, can you bring it up a little? Can you counter that with something more positive? It could make us go back to our, human creativity and all that. I had read on the writer's strike in the past. I saw some shifts and changes coming in September. We'll read on that now. Yay, tea leaves at the end. You have to stay for the tea leaves. Stop and Shop got robots. Yeah, that's what it was. A Stop and Shop here where I live, and I never went back there. Maybe just once when I had to run in to get something, and I looked around the corners, and I'm like, I looked down the aisles, like looking for the robot. I'm like, I'm not going down that aisle if there's a robot there. Just once, I risked it. So the writer's strike. A robot on the Alibaba ads. I don't know what Alibaba is. Can afford robots but not wages for employees. I'm telling you, the places that have real people are going to be real popular. AI can be unplugged. I don't know. Let me just tell you something about AI. I know that there's a robot called Sophia the Robot that came out. I talked about this before. In like 2018 maybe, and they were working on giving her human emotions. And then I heard that the engineers that were working on, I don't know if it was her, it was one of the robots, started to talk about destroying the human race, and they had to unplug her. unplug her. Hopefully UPS workers will get air conditioners for their trucks. Well, yeah. Okay. Alibaba is Chinese Amazon? Didn't know. Too much information, too much stuff to read about. The writer's strike. I feel like it's going to come to some kind of a conclusion in September, October, and I'm sorry the word hybrid is coming to me. So what I feel about that is that in the agreement will be that they use AI for a couple things, but the rest they won't. Now the robot's still out there? No, really? I heard that. No, Sophia the robot looks like an actual human. You can tell she's a robot. They hadn't worked on her hair, or when I saw her, I think it was 2018 or 2019. They hadn't given her human. She didn't have the hair yet, so she was bald, and I don't think she had legs yet. And it was one of the robots. I'm not sure if it was her, but she started talking because she conversed. And Jimmy Fallon had Sophia the robot on, and they sang a Beyonce song together or something. And he was kind of wigged out. You've seen her, yeah. So that was a few years ago, and what I was saying then was like, if this is what they have now in a few years, like this year and next year, it's going to be. I foresee a time when you'll see robo dogs and robo humans, well, robots walking down the street. You follow her on TikTok? So you know who I'm talking about. You'd buy a robot for your house? I have a Roomba. You know, those vacuum cleaners? I kind of love that. I hate to vacuum. It's creepy. It's creepy, I tell you. I'm reading on the writer's strike. Unfortunately, the energy that I'm getting around the writer's strike is that they're going to have to come to a compromise that does include some AI. And I did read on this before, and I saw Hollywood collapsing, and here's the tower card. This is about the writer's strike. There's the tower card. Yeah, Roombas are great, aren't they? Yeah. It's going to be sad for Hollywood. Movie stars won't be making the kinds of money that they have, and they won't have the notoriety that they have. But there will be a win for the writers. So the word hybrid is coming when I'm looking at the writer's strike. So I see there's going to be some kind of, in their contracts, their revised contracts, there's going to be some kind of, the corporate will be like, but you have to agree that we can use AI for such and such for a couple of things, a couple of items. I don't know if there's any way around it, but, they got to get back to work. I told you, I have, a family member that is a makeup artist for the movie. She's in the union, and she hasn't worked in a while now. But that's what I see. I see big changes. And then also, remember, I saw a lot more independent filmmaking too. So that goes along with what I was saying about AI. It's all wrapped up into a ball. All right. What else do we have to read on? Is it almost time for tea leaves? I know there's so much we can read on. I'm taking questions. Will the GOP continue to harass Hunter as long as they can? They will as long as they can. Will Apple buy Disney? I don't see that. I don't see Apple buying Disney. Disney's too big. I don't know if I'm going to see the Barbie movie. Are there pyramids in the Arctic? Hang on. I'm going to ask if the scientists are going to get the funding that they need, now that you brought up the Arctic. If the scientists are going to get the funding that they need to figure out what the global climate is going to do. I 11, right on Run to Fascist today. Okay, this is what I want to tell you, because this is my question I just made up in my head. Will the scientists that are studying global climate change get the funding that they need to do the research that needs to be done so that they can let us know what's going to happen? Will New York City be underwater in the year 2100? Yes. All right, so Angela wants to know about Tuberville. I did read about him. I'll look at it again. So when I ask if the scientists that are studying climate change are going to get the funding that they need, this is a fossil fuel industry trying to keep it from them. God tells it like I sees it. But judgment will happen. Judgment will happen, and then they will get what they want. The fossil fuel industry is going to, I see Sheldon Whitehouse all over this. There will be a lot of lawsuits against the fossil fuel industry. So the scientists right now are not getting the funds that they need because the fossil fuel companies are keeping, there's not very many really, they're just so ginormous when you think about it on the scale, right? Like there's not many. There's some big fossil fuel companies. So they're keeping the money from the scientists. But there's going to be so many judgments against them, plus all the destruction from global climate change, that eventually the scientists will get what they need. I see big, like, billionaire types giving them the money, the scientists. Some companies have fired their ethical team because it was slowing down the process. AI development has sped up way faster than expected. Yeah, AI is bad. Can I look into Haiti? The country is in complete chaos. It's too, I mean, there's the bottle drop. Oh my goodness. Smashing bottles. Angry about global climate change and the fossil fuel companies. All right. I'm going to read about, I read on Netanyahu last night and I got that he was going to be arrested. Let's look at Niger. In the year 3535, I'm not sure humans will still be here. Niger. In Africa. Well, in Niger and Africa, I actually see other countries getting involved. Secretly. Other countries getting involved in Niger. They're having a coup. Well, they had a coup. And anti-democracy forces have taken over the government. But I see other countries moving in. When the electric light bulb replaced oil lanterns, there was a similar battle. I don't know how similar it was. I mean, I know what you mean. Same kind of sentiments. The coup was instigated by France. It's interesting because I feel like there's some secrets going on with that coup in Niger, but other countries are going to move in and kind of take control there. And I don't even really know. Gloria, not so fast. They're losing their democracy. Well, they're under... Yeah, it's bad. We know that. I'm reading on it to see what's going to happen. And I see that there are other governments that are getting involved secretly. Trump is properly paying people to attend his do you mean probably? Because you said properly. Trump wouldn't pay people to come to his rallies. He's cheap. Like, thank you, Carrie, for the testimonial or the endorsement. Trump actually, for that rally in Pennsylvania over the weekend, I'm getting the death card as I'm reading as I'm saying it. He had to pay in advance because he stiffed the state before. Yeah, Amanda, there's other things that haven't been considered. Well, it's been considered, all the organisms that are in the permafrost. Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable that of all the things that are going on, especially with the climate change, that we're barely talking about it. Okie dokie. Yeah, Fanni said she's ready to go. So, Angela, you're saying Trump is probably paying people to attend his rallies, and I'm telling you that he doesn't just dish out money like that. He might get someone else to pay for the people to come. The Trump rally is asking the participants to pay him at his rallies. What do you say we read some tea leaves? But I have to finish the tea first. And the moon might be high in the sky, so I didn't really catch the moonrise. It might be. Brenda's asking Thomas, do you remember the song I Had Too Much to Dream last night? Haven't heard of that one. What kind of tea is it, Damon asks? This is an Earl Grey from a store in Salem. And it has flowers in it. I think it has like cornflowers in it. And my lipstick is... Okay. We have Venus. We have power to the women. That's interesting. Power coming to the women. Birds flying in formation. And to Saturn. Okay. Things are going to be orchestrated beautifully. Things are going to be orchestrated beautifully. Oh, you did the 9 candles with Nancy Jane's Garden? That's so cool. Take my time, I just got here. Dancing Warrior, where you been? I'm leaving in about 8 minutes. There's a moon out tonight. I'll make a video if the moon's not too high in the sky. I see like all the birds of a feather lining up, and it looks like, I'm pretty sure this is Saturn. I can never get my planetary symbols right. Is that Saturn? Yes. Things flowing together just beautifully. Just this is the Justice Department because it's Saturn, and it's just like birds flying in formation. It's just amazing. And birds and messengers, as you know, I love birds. They come for me all the time. And I don't know. I kind of see in the tea leaves, I see something about like children and education. I kind of feel like something good's going to happen around children and education with all the ridiculousness with, I mean, there are some states that are, probably Florida, that are wanting to prosecute freaking librarians and put them in jail if they let a kid check or have a book that's banned. I mean, but I see positive things happening to defeat those stupid laws. So that's a good thing. And for some reason I want to talk about E. Jean Carroll, and we're going to hear some news about E. Jean Carroll and the new defamation cases against Trump, and that's going to be like insult to injury for Trump. I do see something good around education and children. I'm wondering if that's the Biden administration offering up funding for education, but I definitely see laws being struck down about these censoring, like banning books. So that's good. You had a seagull fly down and swoop an ice cream from your hand? I know. I had a seagull one time take a cinnamon roll right out of my hand. Gotta hang on to your food. Hopefully more lawsuits against Fox. Yeah, we're on a good track. If you consider where we could have been after January 6th, we're on a good track. Okay, 3 community cards and then I'll let you go. The other reason I'm doing shorter videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays are I know that people have short attention spans. I have a long attention span generally, so it's hard for me to do short things, but if a seagull tried to take Damon's food, he'd mess that thing up. You had one poop on your head? Oh yeah, that's happened to me. I know, it got dark here really fast, didn't it? I come to you at the twilight hour. Community cards. This is the Trump. This is the Trump card. Lawsuits, indictments, subpoenas coming at him from all directions. Oh, thank you, Joan. Yeah, that's what I see. I like what I see in the tea leaves. The tea leaves are very uplifting tonight. Your phone is still alive for the collective reading. Good. Don't worry, we're winding down. You can charge your phone. The Constitution and the law prevails. Oh yeah, it looks to me like indictment season time has come. Tomorrow's going to be a good day for that. Happy full moon. If it's not tomorrow, it will be Wednesday. I'm just feeling tomorrow. And then all over the news, they'll be talking about Trump. All 24/7 marathon Trump. Honestly. We need to address a lot of issues. But the fact of the matter is we need our democracy back if we're going to save the planet. So let's get rid of the sky. Let's get Trump out of the limelight. Just happy Arrestimus Day. Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's have a Trump-free session one time. I didn't dwell on him. I did that once. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your donations. Please become a member. If you become a member, you get benefits, and one of the perks is that Monday through Friday you get a nice affirmation in your inbox, and it's awesome, and it's only not very much money a month. When you subscribe, you help me to have an income. This is what I do for a living. Exclusively, yeah. I have a couple piano students, but this is what I do for a living. Go to psychicannetteDion.com. Love you all. No, 7 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, PNN Live. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to upload videos that I record on my own. I need a Wi-Fi connection to have you in on a live stream. So you'll get a video every day, sometimes live, sometimes not. And please check out Church of Spirituality. It'll brighten your day. And we will see you again really soon. Namaste, stay cool, and be careful in the heat. All right, happy full moon. Tomorrow is a Spirit Talk podcast. We're going to be talking astrology with Kathy Bale. I haven't seen her in the chat for a while, but we have a date. So check that out tomorrow. Keep praying. Okay, bye. Namaste. See ya.